Hello, everybody, and welcome to Memorial Day. Yeah, happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Yes.
This is the first of two news videos that we've got.
And first, a very important word from our brand new sponsors. Check it out. All right, I'm taking off. What are you doing for the weekend?
I normally have that big cookout, but I can't have people over, so I don't know what to do. I've watched everything on Netflix and Hulu. I've got nothing.
You should try Crunchyroll. They're running a premium subscription for free for 14 days if you sign up. And trust me, it's worth it. A lot of good anime on there. I'm gonna hang out with my girl, and yeah, just make sure you lock up, put all this stuff up, and see you on Tuesday. All right?
All right, yeah, I'll be right after you. I'm just gonna do this real quick.
What the hell?
Konnichiwa, Joe-san.
You're still here?
Yeah, never left, man. Too much anime. There's just one where called Food Wars, where they fight with food, and there's like all of these cool battles, and they make really cool stuff. And another one where there's a restaurant in Tokyo, but it's like also another dimension. It's like Narnia, and they make lizardmen, and then there's dwarves, and dude, it's so cool.
Have you been here the whole time watching anime and Crunchyroll in my house?
Yeah, it's really cool.
What the fuck? We have work to do. Clean all this shit up. Let's go. We gotta film stuff for the show.
I just made some ramen. You wanna eat some ramen? Watch anime?
Yeah. Guys, go to crunchyroll.com/AngryJoeShow or click our link in the description below and get your 14-day free trial of Crunchyroll Premium right now. Nani? Guys, grab Crunchyroll Premium right now. Episodes are professionally subtitled, sometimes as soon as an hour after they air in Japan, and all episodes are ad-free and 1080p HD. Do I even need to say that they got Dragon Ball Super, Attack on Titan, and come on, guys, go check it out right now. Thank you so much for supporting The Angry Joe Show and supporting Crunchyroll, our sponsor. Oh my God, Alex, I never would have considered you to be an anime fan. So now you are an otaku, a weeb, and all of it wrapped up into one very large package. Seriously, which animes have you been watching?
Food Wars is great. It's kind of disappointing because you get caught like it's delayed right now because of COVID, but in July it all catches back up.
It's weird that the anime about food is actually pretty good, guys. Seriously, check it out. Cancel your Hulu, cancel some of these other ones. There's too many freaking services, and I'm glad. I've been talking with Crunchyroll actually in the past before, and I'm happy we're partnered up. Hopefully you guys go out, use the code down below so that they know that you got it through us and learned about it through us. We really appreciate it. I'm a big fan of Fist of the North Star on there, which they've got them all, so check that out. Guys, all right. Awesome sponsors. Very happy to be with Crunchyroll, so we'll be telling you more about them as we go along. Click the link below, and yeah, let's get right to the news.
All right. Well, this is a story that I never ever thought that we would be talking about. Last year, we were talking about G2A. Now, G2A is a marketplace, and the intent, according to G2A, is for people who acquire keys can sell those keys to other people. Now, what everyone claims that they do is their stolen keys get put on there, keys from different markets that are really, really cheap get moved over to other markets. But ultimately, no matter what the intent is, devs don't get nearly as much money or any of the money come from these sales. It's a rough spot for them. But G2A was so positive that no stolen keys.
Not a single stolen
Not a single stolen keys that they put up.
We'll pay you 10 times.
10 times. They said, let's lay all the cards on the table. We will pay developers 10 times the money they lost on chargebacks after the illegally obtained keys were sold on G2A.
Because it never happens.
Not a single.
I guarantee it.
So they said that they were going to do like internal auditing and do third-party auditing just to make sure that it was all there. And only one company decided to take them up on this.
Only one?
Only one.
What?
And so Factorio developer is at G2A paid them $39,600 over illegally obtained game keys. Now, it's such a weird story. Like,
Okay, so the thing is, they said it didn't happen. It happened. Got to get that impact right there, Alex.
but
Okay.
we knew it was happening. Like
That's what Factoria was saying that for a while.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, well, we're just going to get the proof together, and you're going to pay us.
And they did. So this has been a long developed thing, and I imagine there's a lot of other developers out there that are kind of upset. They're like, "Damn, man! Like we didn't think that they'd ever pay up." It was just kind of a perfect situation because only one company claimed this
That's what
this
surprises
deal.
me. It's like all these people are like bashing this website. It's like, why aren't more companies going after them then?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably
Well,
just
here's your option right here. Try it. It's like only one took the challenge. Paid out for them, obviously.
yeah, but again,
Yeah, and they now amended it saying that anything going forward, we will pay our regular rate instead of
Yeah,
the
we will-
10 times rate. I was like, why? I thought this never happens. Why would you change from your 10 times rate down to a normal compensation rate if
costs
it
a lot of
happens
money.
again?
yeah, 10 times is a lot. Is a ton. This is probably
But
just
it never happens.
yeah.
Never, ever, ever.
G2A again still claims that the vast majority of keys are not stolen. They're just crappy out of region keys that are usually just given out and then resold on the website. Again, the devs don't really make anything on this, so this really hurts the devs.
Yeah.
And so G2A is probably just using it as a way to advertise. Since only one person took advantage of it, they were probably going to take this out of directly from their advertising budget. So. It's just a weird thing that I don't want people to go out there and directly support G2A again. If you can, go to, especially for indie games, go out to the indie games websites, get the games there if we really want to support those devs. But it's definitely worth covering because I never thought in a million years G2A would just put out that much money. $40,000 is a lot.
Yeah.
That's nothing. Absolutely nothing, Alex. The deals that they made with PewDiePie and a bunch of streamers back in the day makes that look like chump change. So that's the reality. And obviously, only one company took them up on it, so they didn't have to take a big hit. And you're right. They're using it as marketing. It's like, look at how good guys
did
we
it.
are.
Pat us on the back.
We are the best guys. Even though this is something that we said would never happen, and it happened.
It's true.
And now, from now on, we're only paying regular rates if anything like this happens again. Which it won't happen again because it's never happened except for this one time.
There's always that one.
All right, the next story we want to talk about is a follow-up from last week. The Twitch super secret cabal of streamers and people that are going to lord over and moderate everything. Turns out, according to, who was it that posted it? I think his name is Emmett over at Twitch. It's all bullshit.
What?
Apparently, the Twitch Council has no power to do anything.
You have no power here.
They're not going to review
Yeah.
any certain
You
cases.
have no power.
And whose
Yeah.
fault? And whose fault is that?
Twitch.
Yeah, most definitely Twitch because the messaging was fucked up.
Yeah.
It was wrong. How does a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company now, since it's owned by fucking Amazon, how do they get their messaging so wrong? I mean, what do the employees at Twitch do all fucking day before they come out with a fucking safety council and not adequately explain it? So even top streamers are like interpreting it. So they're they're going to explain bans, they're going to help bans. They're doing none of that. They're basically just getting more information from them. They're like, hey, what are things like out there in the front lines? You can ask anybody that all the fucking time. What about Twitch
Not
partnered
me, I ain't no
streams that
snitch.
are assigned an actual person? Joe, you know what? Just this, or it was this week? No, last week we got assigned a Twitch partner. Management dude.
What?
We now have an actual person assigned to us.
I thought we
How
had
many?
one.
Yeah, I know. How many?
This time, I thought
we
we
didn't
had
have
How
one.
many years? No, we've never had. We were kind
Oh.
of floating out there. They didn't really care about us. I mean, we knew about one a long time ago.
Interesting.
Then he went to a different different department, and then they never
Yeah.
gave us anybody. So we had no idea how to contact Twitch. And
We have one
and we were like
now.
doing little individual things, and then we were talking with the NFL because we did one of the streams with the
Yeah.
NFL, but that guy wasn't the guy that you talked to for the other things, and he wasn't replying to anything. And it's like, oh my
Confusion.
god.
That's what it is.
We
All
finally
this is
have
'cause
a
of
partner now,
confusion.
or a manager. I haven't even replied to that email, so I'm going to have to reply
Do
to
it.
that
You
email.
need to before we lose that one.
lose
too.
that one. Yeah.
Oh, just because I said this, we probably lost him already. But anyway, it's like through that is how you get the feedback from, your community. It's so weird that it's like they need this Twitch advisory council to give them feedback. Does that mean you haven't been listening to people's feedback seriously for the past, 10 years, 7 years? I don't know how long it's been. So
Yes.
It's like, come on.
That's the answer. According to his the blog post, Emmett claiming the role of the council is to advise, offer perspective, and participate in discussions with our internal teams pertaining to the work we do to help keep the community safe and healthy. So it's just there as an advisory role, but they should have been doing this anyway. That's exactly what you're saying. That's been the point.
Fuck.
Council members will not make moderation decisions, nor will they have access to any details on specific moderation cases. So there'll be no reviewing, offering insight of any of that.
Because if they did, they need to be paid and compensated.
Yes. They are not Twitch employees, and they do not speak on Twitch behalf. While we value their opinions and their right to share them, they are independent actors who will have opinions
Who
that
have
aren't
no
shared.
power, and we don't care about their opinions if
So
they're
basically,
wrong.
they just got a little gold sticker.
Yeah.
There you go.
But do you
Here's a
see?
gold
Do you see
sticker.
how they're like, building them up, but yet cutting them down at the same time? I don't understand it. It just points out that this Twitch Safety Advisory Council board of shadowy figures who are in charge and more elite than you and are handpicked is kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, there's probably a Skype chat with all of them in there, and then Twitch once a year will be like, hey, what do you think about this? And then they'll just ignore it like they always have. But they're like, no, we asked the council because we get to shift some blame on
They
these people
said
that we are not
no.
paying.
we said
Shifting
whatever.
blame, that's what it's about. That's what it feels like it's about. And then to expand on this further, the ferociously Steph, I think it is still on the council. So apparently
People were
that's the
upset,
message that Twitch wants to send is like, don't worry, she has no power, so she's going to continue to stay on the council, even though these are important voices who we will listen to. And so they have power, but they don't have power. And yet, so the way she goes around acting, flaunting her power, immediately abusing her power. This is not somebody who is responsible with their position. And then Twitch is sending the signal that, yeah, you can flaunt, you can taunt, you can flaunt it, you can say, oh, yeah, you should be scared of me, I'm going to do this and that, and, do a little dance like nobody can stop me.
Yeah, I'm immune to Twitch bans. It's like, but
it's like, come on, Twitch. It's not a witch hunt to try to, pull somebody off. It's like, look, you have to set examples. I would be saying this if it was Ko that did it. I would be saying this if it was other Joe that did it. I'd be saying it if it was ferociously Steph. You just cannot be like given a position and then taunting others about this position.
It's a moral council where they're trying to get different perspectives and like the best perspectives from people that and you wouldn't put Dr. Disrespect on that council, right? I mean, even if it is just a persona, it's like you don't put that kind of person who has this kind of optics where people are immediately
here's the
discount the things that they say based on previous statements.
Well, the statement says that they're looking for a wide variety of diverse opinions. But it doesn't seem like there's a wide variety of diverse opinions. It seems like it's just kind of slanted in one particular direction. Like, which one of those? I don't know the politics of everybody. But obviously here in the United States, there's two sides. You got kind of a left side and a right side. I don't know the politics of all the streamers on the council, but I don't really see like an outwardly right person. I do see several left and progressive, but I don't really see so it kind of makes that message like, are you really looking
you want
for
diversity,
diverse?
but you want diversity
I don't
within
know if somebody on
one
here,
side of the spectrum.
Right. Who fits some of these other sides of the spectrum, or even the funny meme gamer side perspective, Dr. Disrespect, So
That would be hilarious.
that would be hilarious if he was on the council. But you know what? It might be a little more in tune with gamers.
I don't know. It's worth
Except for though when he does cross the line with the stupid bathroom shit.
Yeah, don't film people in the bathroom.
Don't film people in the bathroom.
All right. Well, so everyone was super worried that there's going to be this group of people making decisions, making moderation decisions, and it turns out they will be doing almost nothing. They will be providing insights when asked, and that's it.
More work for them.
So
Nothing.
we kind of basically exposed
Maybe.
it for a marketing scam.
Yeah.
It's just not really anything. Yeah, they might ask them a few times, but if they don't have any power, then Twitch is basically in the same position it was before they announced this, that they can willfully ignore it and don't have to do anything, and that's what they've been doing for many years. and they were hoping to get a bunch of positive press from it. They ended up getting a bunch of negative press from it.
I'm really curious to see the next time there's a big controversy. Some big streamer is going to do something horrible, right? Twitch is going to make a decision, and they're probably going to make the wrong one because they typically do.
Yes.
And they're going to say, well, our Twitch council, along with help and advice from the Twitch Security Council, are they going to do that where they get to kind of scapegoat and just say, well, it's not all of our fault. We got input from
I'm
these
interested
people.
to see.
I'm curious to see. So we'll let you know the next time it happens.
Yep. But I still think my idea is the best. Where it's like, just do a monthly show with Twitch employees who are like, hey, so, and do a moderation talk and have people talk or call in or discuss issues, social issues, gaming issues. You can even just talk games, and then at the end have a small segment about, so these are some of the, cases where we had that are high profile that got banned. We are issuing Alinity a 72-hour ban because she showed her titty. But it was accidental, and that's why we're not going to ban her from the platform permanently. Yep. Or lay out these hard, set in stone things, and it's like, and point to it. It's our policy number 3 is it's a no tolerance, so we're gonna implement the ban. And then once you lock them down into these different situations, then when another one comes up and it's a guy and he shows his titty and he's not gonna be permanently banned from the platform for 1 week because everybody say, well, you said your policy 72 hours. So, 72 hours with like 3 strikes or you're out. But they're not going to do that because
it's airing dirty laundry.
It shows, not only is it airing dirty laundry, but it shows you favoritism. Because they've allowed people to be banned and disciplined multiple times, and yet it keeps happening over and over and over. So they can't put a 3 strike or you're out because they'd be like, 3 strike and we stop making money.
Yeah, exactly. Depends on how much money they rake in.
Right, they're raking in.
Well,
So
if you're a smaller partner and you have 3 strikes, you're out.
We'll make an example out of you.
If you're Alinity and you have 3 strikes, you're in.
Yes.
You
throw a cat.
So
just once.
But that is what would stop all this. That is the way to approach this is, look, these rules apply to everybody as we say that they apply to everybody. So practice what you preach. That's all.
I agree.
I agree.
I just don't think they're going to do it.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Exactly. This is going to be a big asterisk.
Yeah.
Next news. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to email my new partner, and we'll
good luck, our new partner.
Our ideas. We'll throw some ideas in there, and I can't guarantee you how long we'll have a partner.
Whenever you go to the store, little comment box, just throw it in there. Go straight into the trash.
Yeah, just write it shreds into the
It's like that's a shredder.
Mm-hmm. They have hamsters.
Done.
They need the shredded paper.
Yeah.
All right. The next story I want to talk
about. Account manager is what it's called. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, we'll submit some ideas to our account manager.
You guys remember Serious Sam?
Yes.
So yes. Serious Sam is coming back.
It's pretty fun.
Serious Sam 4 is coming to PC and Stadia in August.
So PC, got it.
Yeah, so people were really all of the headlines that I was reading, I was actually really worried because the headlines were Serious Sam 4 is a Stadia exclusive. It's like
right, that's what I thought.
I was like, what the fuck? No, this is terrible. I hate this.
Yeah.
And then I actually read it, and it's like, no, it's coming to PC and Stadia, so it's not coming out to consoles yet, and it's going to take a little while.
But that's the exclusivity part.
Yeah,
it's not consoles, PC.
It's PC,
Stadia,
and Stadia.
But they're like, it's a Stadia exclusive. It's like,
if it comes out on PC and I don't have to have Stadia, that's not a Stadia exclusive.
No, because I don't consider Stadia a console.
But they're like but
they have it too.
Yeah.
and if Stadia paid for that, they kind of messed up.
Oh yeah, they definitely met. So according to the developers, the game is still coming to Xbox One and PlayStation 4 after its period of exclusivity is over with Stadia, according to Devolver Digital.
Yeah.
So it's like
must have paid for that.
I imagine that there was money just to at least say that happened, but if it's available on PC, I don't think any of you have anything to worry about. It's such a weird story.
They do not know how to spend their money on exclusivities.
Fix your Stadia first.
Yeah. They were like, all right, Serious Sam, Devolver Digital, we want Serious Sam 4 on our platform exclusively. This will be a big thing, and finally people will start getting Stadia.
Stadia's like
they can't be on Xbox, can't be on PlayStation, can't be on Switch, and they're like, we'll give you this much money, and they're like, all right, except for we're going to release it on PC.
Yeah.
And Stadia's like, what? We're going to release it on PC. But no, we're giving you money for exclusivity. Okay, well, we're not going to take it. We're going to release it on
No,
everything.
they're
Oh,
like-
no. Okay. All right, you can have it on PC too.
I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be
Sweet deal.
It's not going to help Stadia at all.
not.
Like, console players are
No.
like, you know what? Instead of saving for the next generation console, I'm just going to go buy Google Stadia for Serious Sam.
How much is it again?
It's a
Stadia?
Stadia is like $125, right? I think there's a bunch of free programs like that are coming out for Stadia. There's still the monthly one. But you still have to buy the games, and the games are usually more expensive. Right now, speaking of the price, Steam, if you're looking for a good deal, Steam is currently offering huge discounts on the previous Serious Sam games to celebrate the news. So if you want to get back into it and get excited for the PC and technically exclusive Stadia release, then you definitely can.
Stadia.
Yeah, and Stadia. But
Oh man.
I'm not gonna play Stadia.
They're trying to do something. I don't know.
They say they've got a couple hundred games coming out within the next year,
They say a lot of things, though.
including a lot of exclusives coming to Stadia. So I don't know if these are indie titles or bigger titles. They said there were some bigger titles, but I don't believe anything they said because they also said that we were going to get 4K,
Exactly.
and they said that everything was going to run and work and no lag, but nothing's worked.
The Stadia drama continues. We shall be discussing each exclusive that comes out and weighing the pros and
All
cons.
press is good press for them, right?
Yeah, I guess.
We're covering them.
Yeah.
All right. The last thing that we're going to talk about in this video is, again, something I didn't think that was going to happen. We did a story last year talking about the stock prices for CDProjektRed. Now, they control Good Old Games. They're CD Projekt, which is different than CDProjektRed. But really, they've got a iconic amount of the games that they have are truly iconic and truly amazing. But it's not a really deep catalog compared to something like Ubisoft, which we said Ubisoft's the big one, the biggest game developer.
Right. This year, that year, this year, constant title. 3
big games a year, sometimes 5. But CDProjektRed right now, as of when we are filming, and it's going up and down, so yeah, maybe when you're watching, it's different. But CDProjektRed is worth more money than Ubisoft right now, which is insane.
They took number 1 spot, number 1
Good.
stunner.
They deserve
it said by June they will be number one. Hold number 1.
In theory, so there's people that are saying it's going to go back and forth, but I don't want to talk about...
Once Cyberpunk comes out, it's going to be...
Well, so the reason why that may not be the case is, so Ubisoft stock has been... Consumer confidence in Ubisoft is rough, right? All of their games from last year were delayed. All of them, right? They had really, really disappointing games with... the time savers that they put out in all of their games. And so that now we have like 3, 4, 5 games coming out from Ubisoft, AAA titles, in a very short period of time. Their stock should hit a boost. So I think that they're going to continue to be right around each other. But as soon as September comes out and as soon as people start getting excited, like who knows what's going to happen. So Ubisoft is been in a little bit of decline. CDProjektRed is surging ahead. We will have to see what the prices look like. But it's incredible.
Ultimately, to me, it don't fucking matter. If anything, I kind of want Ubisoft to stay number 1 in the sense that it keeps CDProjektRed hungry. Because once you hit number 1... and then you hold number 1 for a long time.
You want to stay there, right? You want to stay
there.
Well,
they still can beat. That's just in Europe.
But Joe,
I think
when Activision is number 1 and EA is number 1, what happens to these companies? What happens to a company once they get to the top? No, they don't get complacent. They want to stay at the top, and they do everything they can to stay at the top. Meaning they change their corporate culture. They bring in new people. The old people leave, and new board members come in and try to stay at the top. And as things change, things can happen. And I almost don't want that to happen. I want them to stay hungry the whole fucking time.
I just, as long as they maintain the people who are managing the company and they have the same philosophy, I'm fine, right? Andrew Wilson has a wildly different philosophy, and he does things that make EA games shit and horrible, and the same thing over at Activision.
And I think a part of it is the Polish. I fucking love the Polish people, and I think that their mentality is going to hopefully keep that CDProjektRed company hungry and in tune with gamers and gamer-friendly rather than shareholder-friendly or milking their fans. I think they don't milk their fans. I think they're really grateful for their fans, and they do a lot of things that creates the goodwill. Because if that ever changes, and one of my greatest, companies that I like
That's
turns
the final
into something
dagger.
else,
Yeah, that's a big betrayal right
I'll
there.
jump out that window.
Yeah,
Oh no, a whole 5 inches.
yeah.
George, shut up. We're going to be in a high rise. Nobody knows this is a green screen.
Oh yes.
God
Yes,
damn it,
high
Joe.
rise, yes. So they've got a lot of money in
That
the
would be a
bank.
funny 5 inches.
I got a bruise.
Joe, get up. Okay.
So they've got a lot of money in the bank. Their stock's doing really well. Hopefully that means that they can increase the size of some of the teams working on some of the other games. We
Yeah.
know that we're getting another Witcher eventually.
Yes.
And so if we can
Yes.
maybe start working on
Witcher.
multiple games at the same time, that would be nice to have something.
They are. They are.
Well, I mean, Witcher, Cyberpunk, something
There is,
else.
Yes, they're
and then-
already working on something else.
Yeah, I'm just saying that more money means
More money.
more something else's, right? That's what I
Gotcha.
want to do. I want them to do multiple things, so we're not waiting 5 years
Right.
for a game from them. It's like if we can
In
get something
between.
every other year, every year would be absolutely wonderful,
Yeah.
like some of the other companies do, but just don't
Yeah.
rush them out so fast.
Right, that's where
like
you get that danger. It's like Rockstar. I'd rather them kind of follow the Rockstar. We want them to put out yearly
Some
releases.
things about Rockstar.
But I would want.
Not the
Well,
online.
that got Grady once they got to the top. I mean, GTA,
Yeah.
and then when they got and then Take-Two comes in and says, okay, put all these in the microtransactions and the casinos and the shark cards.
And the
That's when they
milking
lost their
happens.
way, is the shark cards, the online modes. Anyways, guys, it's ceremonial, number one. We want somebody who's doing it right to have success. So I want them to be number one. But I want them to also stay hungry and stay focused and stay gamer-centric. And I think they will.
There was an interesting opinion piece about this development, saying that this could make other companies who have lost that are shareholder centric versus consumer centric say, wait a minute, they have
good.
not put
We
out a
lost their
big
way.
we have not put out they haven't put out a big game in how many years, and their stocks are surging. They're
Yeah,
doing what
why?
the customers want. So it's one of
And
those
then
things
they were
like
this is why. Oh.
EA learned that lesson last year, where they're like, no, single player
Star
games don't
Wars.
make any
Star
money.
Wars.
They put one out, they make $70 million
Yep.
or seven, a
yeah,
ton of
yeah.
money, really, really quickly. And it's like, wait a minute, maybe we don't know the things that the customers want, and we can make a ton of money for the shareholders
No shit.
and make good games. So
Wow!
that would be wonderful.
That would be wonderful.
Bring those good old days back.
we
When
need
you
it
got
right
a full
about now.
game.
yeah,
Can't wait to get out of 2020. This year sucks.
yes.
This is supposed to be my year.
Damn it.
All right. Well, that's all that we're going to cover in this video. Make sure you check out our second video.
Yes, but first, guys, check out Crunchyroll, one of my favorite sponsors. I'm very happy they decided to partner up with us.
Yes.
So please click the link below. Even if you don't get it, click it, check it out, see if there's something there. I guarantee you're going to find something there. So many good anime shows, guys. And if you're not watching anime and you think it's dumb, trust me, you should dip your toe in it. We'll put together a list here and share it with you which ones we think that you might really like. But I think most of you out there like anime. So
Yeah.
check it out. Link below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Watch our second video next. Bye, guys.